everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are most certainly not focusing on. I am your professional, videoly lit host, Ben, and I am joined, as always, by our naturally lit. You're just naturally lit, Noah. Our naturally lit host, it's Noah. Say hi.
Thank you. I have the privilege of being next to a window, so I don't... And a rock salt lamp. That's really doing most of the heavy lifting on this. On this lighting
still
setup.
Natural, though. That's still
and a
natural.
lava lamp.
Okay, that's less natural. And we are joined by someone who is a bit too short to get natural light from his window. It's Michael.
Yo, listen up. The first episode ever recorded in front of a live studio audience, and you're already bashing my height. Thank you. Appreciate it. However,
Sorry.
Earlier today, I did shoot a video with natural light in this room. The LASIK video finally happened this week. Didn't happen last weekend. I had an issue with my camera. Happened this weekend. I started editing it. It's going to take forever. It's like 45 minutes long. Sorry. But that's coming. And it was naturally lit as heck.
Next week.
Are we going to have to bleep that?
Yeah, we are.
Dang it. Okay.
It's a live show. We have the live bleeper here. Yeah, Jesse on the bleep button over here.
Thanks, Jess. Does she hate it when people call her Jess?
No, she's even told me I could call her Jess if I want to, but at this point it feels unnatural.
You're finally at that level. You're at the Jess level.
Yeah. I don't know. I just never called her that, and now that we've been together for like 3 years or something, it's too late to start. I can never start now.
It's too late to call me Jess.
Plus her mom calls her Jess. So that's like her mom's.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's like when you're in trouble and have to do laundry or something.
If you guys want to call me Benjamin, you can do that. I'll give you that permission now.
Oh, good.
I am Benjamin. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week, episode number 28 of Noodles at Noon. We hope you are doing happy, healthy, and well. Michael, do you want to get us started off with your weekly update? I think I know what you're going to talk about, and it's really cool.
Yeah, this week on, oh gosh, man, the memory stinks. Thursday, I believe. It was Thursday? I don't know, I think it was Thursday. We landed on Mars. We got our 5th rover from America on Mars, and it was just a beautiful sight to behold. I watched it live, NASA.tv, NASA TV on DirecTV. It's like channel 352 or something. Shout out to them. And man, it was just so encouraging to watch this. I watched the launch in July. I have a friend that works at ULA, so I had a connection to get a YouTube link to the launch. Just kidding. Anyone can watch the launch. But I watched the launch. I love space, and I watched the landing, and I just can't get my head around how do you start writing software algorithms to have AI figure out where to land on another planet. It just blew my mind. Even though we've done it, a few other times, it just blows my mind to watch. And the story of perseverance with it really being finished in the midst of a pandemic and mission control landing the thing in a pandemic with masking and distancing and everything, it was just so encouraging that, yeah, America is still awesome. We're still landing stuff, and it's with our global partnerships as well that we can do this stuff. So, Ben, you said that you watched. I don't know if Noah watched, but I want to hear your thoughts first, Ben.
I was at work. I had it pulled up on YouTube, the YouTube stream that they had, which was really cool. I had it on when they were kind of talking about the process of what they're going to do. And then I had a meeting, so I had to turn it off. And then I went back when they were about 7 minutes out from entry into the atmosphere. So I kind of just let it play from that point on. And it was so cool. It's like the first time I've watched. I mean, I watched when SpaceX was able to launch people to the International Space Station earlier not this year, but last year, within the past year.
Yeah.
But, and that was really cool. But it was really encouraging to watch. It was really cool. And just seeing all those people get really happy about it, it made me feel like happy for them, but also be like, yeah, we did it, even though I had nothing to do with it. And if I were
taxpayer dollars, no, you had everything to do with it.
True.
If you pay taxes, you paid for that.
Wait, Ben, have you ever paid taxes though? Yeah.
Yeah, I've never paid taxes. I get all my money back. Because they're like, ooh, he's poor. But no, I watched it. If I was in that room, I would be the least useful person. I'd be like, can I get you a water? Can I get you a soda? Maybe a Mars bar? But
ooh, funny.
And then they would kick me out. But my favorite part of it, aside from it successfully landing, was when they got the first images back. And they were like, all right, guys, we got the first images back. And they put them up on the big screen. And it was like this really grainy, blurry photo. And everyone just kind of stood there and was like, oh. And then I heard someone in the back just go, we'll take it. And then they all started cheering again. That was by far my favorite part of the whole thing.
So I watched Curiosity land. I think that was 2011 that Curiosity landed. And it was much the same. It was actually, they used the sky crane for Curiosity as well. So that's why this one was such a big deal. The sky crane was a new thing that they used to land these two rovers. And with Curiosity, we had no clue that that was going to work. But it did. And of course, we got back the first images and I'm like, oh my gosh, what's this going to be? Because it's like young me. I didn't have any concept of bandwidth or beaming stuff back from a different planet. I'm like, oh, it's going to be amazing. And then it's like this circular, black and white, grainy image. And you're like, yeah. So this time I was prepared. But Noah, how much did you end up seeing?
Well, mostly my experience, I had been out on a video shoot most of the day and I was kind of packing things back up right when they were landing it. So I sort of watched over Daniel's shoulder, Daniel, friend of the show. He had it pulled up on his screen, so I was like watching over his shoulder. And then I went over to my computer and I watched it land and I saw how cool the mission control room was. And I liked like the lighting they had in there, like some of the LED strips. That was my takeaway, was mission control lighting.
I saw those and I was like, someone designed this room and was like, you know what we need? Some LED strips across the desks. And someone's
but
like,
as cool as it was, like I don't know, I picture a mission control room like being all these giant metal consoles with just like buttons and screens and stuff built in, but it's really just like a bunch of Dell laptops and some coffee cups and in like a big conference room.
Yeah, we moved away from the old ways of doing things, luckily, at some point.
It's just all on Dell laptops. That's all you need, just a bunch of computers.
Dell can get you to the moon or Mars. I mean, if they could get you to Mars, they could definitely get you to the moon.
Yeah, it's a little bit closer right here.
Tad bit easier. Well, that's awesome. Michael, speaking of rockets, I was going to talk about this week our newfound obsession with the game Rocket League, which is, of course, Noah's fault. He made us start playing Rocket League, and now it's all that I do in my free time, because why not? Michael's been playing it. He'll send us screenshots of his scores. But
I demolished a kid the other day.
Yes, you did. I got wrecked today. I was playing really well today until I played this one guy, and I was like, all right, I'm done. But I've noticed that, and I volunteer at a church. I think I told you guys about this. I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast, but I volunteer on Wednesday nights with the church. And one of the things that they do pretty much before we start anything is like they open up their gym to the kids a little bit before we actually start the Wednesday night stuff. And they just play soccer the whole time. So I'll show up and I'll just jump in and play soccer. And soccer is most definitely the sport that I am the worst at.
Are you doing front flips into the ball and side flips?
I am now. Rocket League has like drastically improved my soccer/football playing abilities.
That's awesome.
Ben's climbing up walls and flipping off to kick the ball out of the air.
I'm just spamming need boost. Need boost till someone brings me a water. But I know it's funny, but I was actually, I don't know if it's because I had been playing soccer, but this past week I was actually like, hey, I kicked the ball and it went the direction I kind of wanted it to. And the only connection I made in my head was Rocket League has made me a better soccer player, and therefore a better human being.
That's intense. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's multi-levels deep.
I can't argue with that logic.
No, I think it's sound. It's sound logic.
Sports logic.
Yeah, sports doesn't get a whole lot of logic.
Well, I think it'll really help you up your game as you learn the physics of Rocket League and how that applies to real life. Yeah, it all makes sense. It all comes full circle.
I could write a book. Like once I achieve like a grand master level of achieve a grand master level skill set at Rocket League, I'll just write a book about how Rocket League made me a better human being.
And how it can make
like
you
plan.
better too.
It would sell something.
It would sell something.
You'd
That's
sell
all
2
I got.
copies right here.
Yep. I could put it on our store. How can you get to the store? You go to noodlespodcast.com.
That's noodlespodcast.chapstick.
.chapstick. I'm putting on chapstick.
Scroll to the
Because why
book
not?
section, and we have Michael's memoirs under there. We have my slam poetry collections.
You got to click on the store link first. You got to remember that.
Oh, yes.
Can't forget
Hit
that.
store. Yeah, we have my complete graphic novel series based on my life growing up in Switzerland.
All my college papers are on there for sale.
Like just to
You want them, you take them.
just a copy, just to steal.
Yeah. If you're taking journalism
Plagiarize.
247, here you go. Well, what have you been up to this week, Noah? I know you kind
Man.
of alluded to it.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it on this live stream. For the record, podcast people, Michael just starts live streaming and doesn't tell us we're live streaming. So we were talking about all kinds of stuff, and Michael just goes, "Yeah, we're live, by the way." So if you're ever on a podcast with Michael, be careful what you say and what you show
Yeah.
on your camera.
It's not like we said anything bad, but just like...
Ben was
heads up.
location dropping, so I had to try to mute and unmute, which means I'm going to have to delete this immediately after it's live. But if you're here, I think someone's here that I know personally. So thanks for being here.
I'm sorry
Maybe
I
this will be a
location
thing. I
dropped
don't know.
between my
By
two
not
friends
knowing.
who live in the same area as me
When
have
he
been
didn't
to
know
my
he
house.
was on a live stream.
when I didn't
Well-
know I was being live streamed.
You know, I think that word could mean like several other things, you know, like it's not just like a name of something. Okay. Well, this is showing the specific area because of where I live, but I wonder if I do like a VPN and cookies off, if I can return a different search result. But anyway.
Yeah,
I'll let
if
on
you
done
if
talking.
you like put your location as somewhere where we aren't, like say Denver, it would probably give you different results.
Yeah, because that's really far away from me.
Yeah, like light years. Even though that's a measure of time, not distance.
That's right.
Woo!
Well, I wanted to
I got
talk
that
about
backwards.
I don't know if anybody has noticed, but it's been pretty cold outside
haircut.
this week.
Oh,
No haircut. Sorry. At least for a large portion of America, it's been a very cold week, and we haven't had a lot of snow yet this winter in our area. And for my job, that means we get some snow, we have to go out and do some filming because we have some snow attachments at the lawnmower place I work. So we had some snow blowers and some dozer blades and different things like that we needed to get some video of. So Monday morning, 6:30, it is negative 11 degrees outside, and we bundle up and we go out and we start filming, just pushing some snow around out there. And it was maybe the coldest experience of my life. I don't know that I've ever been outside in negative 11 degree weather for an extended period of time. What is Ben drinking?
vegetable shot. It's really sticky. What is that?
I
Is
don't
that a
ca-
candle?
I don't care about my story anymore. Ben has this green potion. What is that?
Ooze tube.
Oh, I remember the ooze tool.
What is an ooze tube?
It's a tube that oozes. It's like an hourglass thing. I was only sorry I interrupted. I was only doing that because Michael kept drinking stuff and toasting it, and I don't have any water bottles in here, so I was just gonna use that. Sorry, continue. My bad.
That's okay. My story seems less important now that I know about the ooze tube. That's what really matters. But yeah, it was freezing. It was very cold. So my advice would be to bundle up in multiple layers, lots of socks, lots of pants, lots of underwears, lots of shirts. And I did not know how to tie a scarf. So once again, to bring up Daniel, he had to tie a scarf for me because I didn't know how. So now I know how to tie a scarf.
How do you
think
tie
I
a
know
scarf?
how.
Okay, you take it. You have a scarf. You fold it over in two. This has to be an auditory explanation for our audio listeners. you fold it in two, right? So then it's kind of got a loop. It's kind of got a loose loop going. And then you put it around your neck. And then you take the one end that has the two ends and you put it through the loop on the other end. And then you tighten it up real tight and then you stuff it all down your coat.
Oh, so exactly how I thought you would do it. Cool.
Yeah. He's homeschooled.
We weren't allowed outside. We didn't get
He's
to
never
go outside.
been in the cold before.
That's right. You've never been outside.
We didn't get snow days like you people. We saw snow outside. It was great. Go back to math.
I'm sorry, you people? We're you people now? Okay.
You public schoolers. I'm drawing a line in the sand.
Well, I'm glad you're warm now, and I'm glad you know how to properly keep yourself warm in the future.
Yeah, the answer is don't go outside in negative 11 degree weather.
That would help, yes. I would agree with that. I wouldn't do that either. Well, Noah, do we have any speak pipes from this week?
We do have a speak pipe this week, and I believe Michael has the link to play that. This is a very important message. I was pretty scared when I received this message. Last week we talked briefly about sharing some software as a service accounts. I guess that's what you call them, like sharing Disney Plus accounts, sharing Netflix. Michael, do you know anything about Ben sharing his Creative Cloud account?
I plead the fifth.
All right, well, Dave from Adobe has a message for us that I would like to share with you now.
Hey, Noodles Podcast. This is Dave from Adobe. Unfortunately, I do just need to let you know I was listening to your most recent podcast, and unfortunately, we are watching, so we can see what you're doing. I guess I'd highly recommend that you check out Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, and Affinity Publisher. These are apps that do everything Adobe apps can do, but oftentimes in much superior ways. They are a one-time purchase of $49 with no subscription, and they're just the way to go. So get out there and buy your own apps, you cheapskates.
Oh my gosh, that got harsh near the end, didn't it?
May I just say I do buy my own. I did buy my own app. It is mine. I pay the yearly fee for it. Michael.
I think
You're using my Steam library. I feel like that's a fair trade if I were using your library, which not your library, using your suite, which I don't know if I am.
I'm playing one game of yours. I don't know if I would say that's...
No, but you have access to the whole catalog, which is a lot.
Well, you have access to the outdoors. I don't know where I was going with that argument.
That was cool.
I think the question that really needs to be addressed here is why Dave from Adobe is encouraging us to buy Adobe competitor products.
I think it would make more sense if Dave had worked for Affinity and was like, hey,
yeah,
Adobe might get mad about this, so just use what we have.
So you think Dave might be undercover?
Yes. He might be a mole inside the Adobe suite. Who's just trying to take it down
in the suite.
Wait, what? But it's whatever. There's some awkward silence there for you to cut out, Michael.
I just choked on my water.
Why?
Did nobody hear that?
I heard it. It was gross.
Sounded like a seal.
I think I have to remove that from the podcast, but if you were here on Twitch, you heard me die.
You heard right, folks. Michael's dead. But yeah, I don't know why that makes sense. But Dave, thank you for the update. For the time being, I think I'll continue using Adobe just because it's what I've used my entire life. But thank you for the tip. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you for not shutting us down. I also think it's surprising that instead of being like, hey, you should stop doing that, he was like, hey, you should just use another app.
Just go use a competitor.
Yeah.
We don't want you here.
Instead of only getting one of your money, we only want none of your money.
Nanya's money.
Well, thank you, Dave. We really appreciate you sending us that. And if you want to leave your own speak pipe, and the speak pipe question this week is, Michael.
The speak pipe question for this week is, what did you learn from watching the Mars Perseverance landing? What did you learn? Like, what was an insight that you learned? It could be anything. It could be, oh, I didn't know that Mars took 9 months to travel to. Or, oh, I didn't know it took 12 minutes to get a radio signal that travels at the speed of light from Mars to Earth. Or, I didn't know that we lose telecommunications when traveling through the plasma cloud of the atmosphere. Any of those things, the speed pipe question for this week is, what did you learn during the Mars Perseverance landing?
Only you can't use any of those like 5 things that Michael just listed. You have to use
Michael
your own.
just took all the good answers. Yeah. My answers
I didn't
just
get
LED light strips make your work facility look way cooler.
Mine is everyone's always slightly disappointed by the quality of images. Well, again, if you want to leave us a speak pipe answering that question, you go to noodlespodcast.com.
That is noodlespodcast.com.
And you go to the contact us page.
.com.
And you leave a speak pipe for us, and we will listen to it.
But until then, I want to play a game, and I think Michael should make us play a game.
I have a game, and it's called... Let me click on the right tab before I dox myself. Where'd it go? Oh, Cameo Celebrity Cost Cthulhu.
Wow,
Wow, we're getting a jingle for every game now.
Yep.
We upped the budget.
Is a web service that allows you to purchase a short video from celebrities, wow, of all popularities, and they can wish you a happy birthday, a happy anniversary, a happy graduation, and so on. In this game, the two guests, Ben and Noah, will go head-to-head to guess the cost of a celebrity's cameo, and we're using Price is Right rules, so this means highest closest bid without going over wins the point. Today's theme, once again, is music. Music is just too good to do one round. So I have 5 rounds. And I don't have a score-keeping device, a.k.a. a pen. Round 1 of Cameo. Paula Abdul, singer, dancer, and TV host who had a musical breakthrough in the late 1970s and 1980s. She's also rumored by some to be Billie Jean, out of the Michael Jackson song Billie Jean. How much is the video from Paula Abdul? Noah, we'll start with you because you were on a Billie Jean kick recently.
I was. That's true. I'm going to 75. I think, she's a solid 75.
Noah says 70. She's a solid 75. Ben, what is your estimate?
I'm getting my glamour shots taken right now. You can't see this on the podcast, but...
That's just incentive to read my mind and know that we were going live before that.
Yep. I set up camera lights for whatever reason. I'm going to say for Paula Abdul, it's going to be a solid $120, which might actually be a bit low, but I don't want to go too high.
I appreciate you not just going 76, though.
Thought about it.
That would have been the move because Paula Abdul is $399 on Cameo. So 128 will take it for you, Ben. Now, for Ben again.
She's
Beret.
She's $1 less than Brett Favre, I might add.
Is that dollar worth it? Beret, Spanish pop singer, best known for his song Vuelve, which has 142 million listens on Spotify. I listened to it. It's actually okay.
That's high praise coming from Michael, if we're being honest. When it comes to music.
It's not Michael Jackson. He doesn't want it.
Or Reliant K.
Or Mike Maines.
Pretty much.
Or Mike Maines.
Yeah, Mike Maines. Shout out. So Beret, Spanish pop singer. He has a song that has 142 million listens on Spotify. Ben, what is your guess for a video from Beret?
I don't think he's going to be popular like in the United States, but I think he might be a Paula Abdul level celebrity outside the United States. But because of that, I'm going to go 120 again. I'm feeling confident with my 120s.
All right. 120 for Ben. Noah, what is your guess for a video from Beret?
I'm going to say 175.
Noah says 175, and that's a double over. Unfortunately.
Did you just static a walkie-talkie into a microphone?
Yes, I did. It's the nearest noise-making tool I have.
That was great.
So double over.
Double over.
I'll open the floor to Noah first to rebid.
75.
Ooh, are we going to get a little flipsy-do action? So 75 from Noah, and Ben, what is your guess?
$1, Bob.
Ooh, dirty play, $1, and that is going to get you another point, Ben.
Oh.
That's 2 points for Ben. Beret is $60 on Cameo.
Ooh, you were close.
He has some big songs. That's definitely his biggest one, but apparently he's humble enough to do $60 on Cameo, or no one knows who he is. So there you go.
I'd never heard of him or that song. So
I hadn't either.
but I was homeschooled.
Well, Ben and I went to public school, and we don't know Beret, so you get one even ground there.
I still thought you were talking about the hat. I was like, why would a hat
It's
be
spelled
on
the same way, though.
Cameo?
Round 3, Randy Jackson. We all know him from his role on American Idol prominently. Noah, we start with you. How much is a video from Randy Jackson?
He's the guy that did Toy Story.
That's what? No?
It's Randy Newman. I don't know who Randy Jackson is. American Idol.
He's homeschooled.
I'll say 60. 60 sounded good last time.
Okay.
I don't know who Randy is either. Like,
Oh, good.
You didn't watch American Idol in the early 2000s?
no,
What is wrong
I
with
was
you?
not allowed to watch things that had the word idol in them.
Dude, that's why I wasn't allowed to watch American Idol.
The Bible has the word idol in it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
You didn't? I watch it.
I read it. Still read it.
You've read American
That's the
Idol?
No, the the Bible.
Okay,
Anyway,
he was on it for 12 years, by the way, from 2002 to 2014.
Yeah,
so that's a large
I
span
was
of
on it
time.
for 0 years. It was how much did Noah say? 60?
60.
I'm gonna go 120, Bob.
Wow, straight 120s. That gets you another point, Ben. That's a shutout. You have won the game, but we'll continue. Randy Jackson, 750.
750.
$750?
Yeah.
That's almost
If
two Brett
anyone-
Favres.
If anyone in the audience knows Randy Jackson, please drop me a line somehow. Like you can, or any of us. I just want to know that I'm not the only one out there because I feel alone and naked right now.
Yeah, I just looked him up. I've
Anyway.
never seen this person in my life.
I'm so disappointed. Anyway, round 4. Ben, you'll open up the floor on this one. Kenny G. You guys know Kenny G?
Oh, yeah. Now you're
All right,
speaking my language.
The man that can play the soprano saxophone like no other and can unironically slay John Coltrane's Giant Steps. There's a great video of him on YouTube doing Giant Steps, and it's like actually really good. He's very talented. He gets a bad rap, but Kenny G. Ben, what is your guess for Kenneth Gerald?
I'm going to say for Kenny G.
120.
I'm not going to say 120 because it's higher than that. I'm going to do a multiple of 120. I'm going to do 360.
Okay, 360 for Ben. Noah, what is your guess?
Over, under. I mean, the man is a legend, but is he a $360 legend? That's $1 for each Xbox.
In the entire world. It's pretty rare.
Oh, I'm going to say 361.
You. We're both over?
Barely even. Yeah, that's a double over. All right, there you go. 360 and 361 are both over the price.
You deserve
of Kenny
that,
G's
Noah.
Video.
Yeah. I guess I have to go first then.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
I'll
do.
have you go first, Noah.
$250.
250 from Noah. Ben, are you going to do 251 or are you going to do...
I was going to say 240, but now I'm going to say $1.
Noah, congrats on grabbing a point. So we're 3-1. Kenny G is 295. So the
Okay.
250 will grab you a point there. Last round, Frankie Avalon, who was best known, of course, obviously, this is obviously what he's known for singing Beauty School Dropout in the worst musical ever, Grease. And of course, he's lesser known for being a teen music superstar in the 1960s. I definitely didn't flip those around. And he's definitely not more known for being the teen idol. See, there it is. That's why you guys don't know him. So Frankie Avalon. Noah, we start with you. How much is a video from Frankie Avalon?
That's going to be $75, Bob.
Go back to high school. All right, and Ben, what is your...
I think he's going to be a bit more than 75. I think he's going to be like 120 because I don't know. He's probably
Because why not?
he's got fans in that older generation. That older generation is the one with money, so why not?
That's true.
That wayward logic got you a point again, Ben. So it's a 4-1 game. Frankie Avalon is $250, and he still looks great. I'm going to share my screen to you guys. Maybe if I remember, we'll put this on the website. But here's a photo of him with his dog, hugging his dog.
Which one's the dog?
Wow, that was cold.
Aw.
But he's there with his dog, and he's still kicking it. And I accidentally may have shown some of that on the screen, so I will have to delete this live stream right away. There you go, Frankie Avalon. He's still alive.
How old is he?
He looks the same as he did in Greece.
He is. I can tell you, he is. It does not say.
87, is he?
Oh,
Really?
it has to say.
80. Oh, he's at 80 even. Okay, that's not too bad, but he looks good for 80.
He'll be 81 in September.
Yep.
Good for you, Frankie. I don't know who you are, but it looks like you had quite a career. He was in.
Good job, Frankie.
Oh my goodness, he was in Beach Party, Beach Blanket Bingo, Bikini Beach, Muscle Beach Party, Back to the Beach. He had a lot of beach movies.
And Greece.
And Greece.
Greece.
Pajama Party, Ski Party, Beach Party. He went to a
Pajama
lot of parties.
And Greece.
And Greece.
All right. Well, thank you for that game, Michael. In lieu of my victory, not in lieu, because of my victory, I am going to orchestrate the next game, and we're going to go back to our roots and play a little Florida Man.
Florida Man.
This week.
So, hold on. Guys, wait, we just got a chat.
Oh, we did?
Someone in our chat, I'm not going to say a name, unfortunately. I don't know if they want their name read, but not only did he attend every Hollywood party, he was in every party featured on Hollywood.
Now he just chills at home with his dog.
Yeah, he's all partied out.
That's the life I want to lead. I want to party and then live with my dog.
What
So
could
we're
you
going
ask
to-
for?
What else could I?
What else could you ask for? Yeah.
So we're going to play a little bit of Florida Man. This coming because on February 18th of last week, February 18th every year, is National Hate Florida Day. And I'm not going to say that I hate Florida, but the fact that there's a holiday around it kind of just beckons for me to play this game this week. So we're going to play another round of This Week in Florida Man. And we're going to get started on February 18th of the year 2019. Caught on camera. Blanks. Chase suspect in Florida. Michael, what chased? Or what's chased this subject?
You said February 2019, correct?
February 18th of 2019.
Okay, so this is after Valentine's Day, which ruins my idea of people in heart-shaped costumes. But what else is in...
It is
Leprechaun
Florida,
Day is...
so it doesn't
Yeah,
have to ruin that idea for you.
It gets better because Leprechaun Day, aka St. Patrick's Day, is coming up after that.
It's a
The
leprechaun day.
leprechauns. Top of the morning to you, leprechauns.
It's a leprechaun
Chased.
day. Let's
Yeah.
go chase the suspect. That was not
my answer.
an Irish accent.
Yeah, I don't know what that was,
I
but
don't
it's
know what-
staying in.
I think
I
it
don't
was
think it
Jar
was
Jar
racial.
Binks is what I think it was.
Okay, well, yeah, it was racist against Gungans. Congrats.
All right, so we're gonna go. You're gonna go with leprechauns.
Yes,
All right,
if it's
we have
hearts, I'm gonna cry. But
one for leprechauns. Noah, what do you think chased this suspect?
An Angry Birds backpack. No, not really.
no,
What's in Florida? I answer gators. I either answer gators or lawnmowers every time in Florida Man.
And it served you pretty well.
And it served me pretty well. I could say a gator on a lawnmower. I don't think that's it though. I think this is all we know. A person was chased by something. That's all the information we've been given.
Yes. Well, he was
All right.
also a suspect, so he was meant to be chased.
Oh, okay. Chased by a little girl in a private eye outfit, like a Mary-Kate and Ashley kind of deal.
private eyes for watching you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Yep. Hall and
Someone
Oates.
out there. Thank you.
Well, so we have leprechauns and Mary Kate and Ashley. Well, On February 18th of 2019, caught on camera, horses chase suspect in Florida. A trio of crime-fighting horses helped sheriff's deputies in Florida saddle a fleeing suspect. There's actually aerial footage. I'll send you guys the link if I still have it pulled up. Oh no, do I still have it?
Do I have a way to play that on the live stream? That'd be cool.
Can't show you that because that would give away all the answers. But while I'm getting this sent, I think I'm going to have to go with Michael, because I think leprechauns, for some reason, are a bit closer to horses than
Mary
children.
Kate and Ashley.
Than Mary Kate and Ashley. So yeah, point Michael. I sent you guys the video. I don't know if you can watch it.
Horses chase suspect in Florida. That's awesome. A trio of crime-fighting horses helped sheriff's deputies in Florida. I like that. What are you?
I'm a crime-fighting horse.
Yes, the stream can see it.
Okay, we're watching the video. So there's a car peeling off, thermal camera, IR camera, and to the left, dude gets out of the car, SUV even. He's running down an alley. You see a tiny dot in a field, wide abandoned field. You see his infrared signature there. He's running around a hill. This is a very large mound that he's running across. Do I have the right video?
Yeah.
I don't see any horses.
Oh, there's a horse.
Oh, yeah, the horses. Wait, what are the horses going to do when they get to him?
That was the highlight right here.
What even
He
happens
tries
there?
to jump a fence and the horse freaks out behind him.
Yeah, the horses, I must
had
say,
it coming.
didn't do a great job. But they
The
did their
headline was
job.
Chased. Yeah, they chased. They weren't supposed to get out handcuffs or anything, right?
That's true. No, you're right. I take it back. Good job.
Throw him to the
horses.
ground and read him the Miranda rights.
Yeah. Well, Michael, you take the lead 1-0 as we go into round 2. February 19th, 2019. Again, 2019. Florida man throws blank at his mom during argument, deputies say. What did this Florida man throw at his mother during an argument? Noah. And I will say we have a story like this almost every single week. So...
That's what I was thinking.
go for
Is I think we've had this twice, and both times it's been food related. She wouldn't make him a taco, so he threw a taco shell at her head or something like that. So why break the theme? I'm gonna say he threw a meatball at her head, like a frozen meatball, because she wouldn't cook it up for him.
Yes, it's a meatball. All right, Michael, what do you think this Florida man threw at
Angry
his
Birds backpack.
An Angry
I'm
Birds.
kidding. I swear that was the first time this prompt came up. But Noah's onto something with food, so that stinks. But we don't have any other context. It was 2019.
Mm-hmm.
The world was great in 2019. It was probably one of our best years yet. I'm kidding. I don't know. Can I just say a brick? Just a brick.
Ooh.
Sure.
I think Noah's correct
That would
in
hurt.
the food genre, so I think it's a brick. I know.
But
The world
if it,
hurts sometimes.
I mean, if it is a food and you think it is a food, he said frozen meatball. You can say another food in hopes that your food is correct.
Okay, cauliflower.
Pie. Cauliflower.
The correct answer is brick. No, I'm kidding. I'm just
That'd be
kidding.
good.
February
That'd be
19th,
good.
2019, Florida man throws a pizza slice at his mom during argument, deputies say.
That's Italian.
The Pasco County Sheriff's Office said Michael Stemple, Michael, age 37, got into an argument with his mother, and his mother asked him to leave her house. Deputies said Stemple told his mother she would have to call the cops to remove him. When the victim took her cell phone out to call 911 and talked to the dispatcher, deputies say Stemple grabbed the phone out of her hand and hung up. Stemple then threw a slice of pizza at his mother, hitting her in the stomach.
It's either food, furniture, or feces in the chat, they say. So, there you go.
It's always one of those three.
That is true.
See, they're onto it.
But because of the Italiano thing, I'm going to have to give it to Noah for this one. He said meatball. Maybe it was a meatball pizza. Those exist. I had one yesterday. Anyway, moving on to the final round, and this one, which helped inspire this episode or this edition of This Week in Florida Man, was sent in by Aaron from the Topic Please podcast.
Hey.
On February 23rd of 2016, Florida man arrested for reportedly tossing blank into Wendy's. What did this Florida man toss into a Wendy's on February 23rd of 2016? Let's start with, is it our turn to start with Michael? Yeah.
Doesn't it seem like this has got to be something to incite a riot? he's got to be throwing something in the building to strike up fear and anger and chaos. Because why else would you throw something into Wendy's unless it's a dirty diaper? I think it's an animal, and I happen to think that it's a possum.
Oh, possum, my possum. Michael thinks it's a possum.
Yes.
All right, possum from Michael Noah. What is your answer for this Florida man tossing into a Wendy's?
Can you imagine just a loose possum running rampant through the Wendy's kitchen? That sounds terrible.
See?
Or depending on the Wendy's, you might not notice for days. You might just be like, oh, that's just kind of there. That's a good question. I don't know. I do like the idea of a live animal. It would also work off the theme of these 3 questions because we had horses and we had pizza, which is made out of live animals formerly, some kinds. But I'm thinking it's got to be worse than like a milkshake or something, or just throwing the food back in because people do that all the time. I've seen that. So I think it's got to be something kind of in the middle. I think it's going to be a durian fruit. Like an open, exposed durian that's just going to smell up all the Frosties and burgers and fried goodness of Wendy's. So I think they tossed a durian through the window.
That's disgusting. I wouldn't like that. So we have a possum and a durian fruit. Well, on February 23rd, 2016, Florida man arrested for reportedly tossing gator into Wendy's.
What?
Joshua James,
I should have guessed gator.
age 23, was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Apparently an alligator is a deadly weapon. Illegally killing, possessing, or capturing an alligator. So he captured it. He didn't kill it. And second-degree larceny, petty theft. So apparently he stole the alligator, actually.
He stole the gator and threw it in a Wendy's. That's awesome.
The Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. So, Noah, you should have stuck with your gator theme. It's either a gator or a lawnmower. It would have been funny if you threw a lawnmower in here. But since you didn't and you went another route, I'm going to give this point to Michael for saying possum.
Oh.
Because a possum is closer to an alligator than Mary-Kate and Ashley. Almost. Or whatever it is that Noah said, because I've already forgotten. A durian fruit. So
Mary-Kate and Ashley holding a durian. Mary-Kate and Ashley, who is one person in my fantasy, drives up on a lawnmower, hucks a durian through the Wendy's drive-through window, and just takes off.
Isn't that more of a kidnapping? Asked Drew. I don't know.
Gator
it's
napping.
Not a kid. A gator napping?
Yeah.
That's
I guess.
Okay, we'll give that one to you, Drew. Anyway, so Michael, congratulations on winning with possum. Do you have anything you would like to say in your victory speech?
Absolutely. I'd like to say, as always, thank you for listening. Check out thenoodlespodcast.com. It's written above me on the screen, even though we have a viewer and a half, maybe. Oh, Ben and our chat member. Noodlespodcast.com. It's right up there. Check it out. Go to the store. No one's repeated Noodles Podcast.
Noodles Podcast.
Sorry, I was pointing at the
.com.
Go to obviously go to store. Check out Ben's book coming. How Rocket League Changed My Marriage and How It Can Help You. That's all coming very soon within the next 6 months. So
forward by Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey will be writing the forward. Dave from Adobe. We'll look into whatever that software was called. I bookmarked it, so it's saved somewhere. But Affinity, I'll check that out. I don't know why you're going against your own company there, but
thanks, Dave.
Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Noah. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
I think Michael covered it all. Crime fighting horses. That's all I got to say.
Crime fighting horses. Well, thank you so much for listening. Congratulations to Michael on winning. Congratulations to me on winning. And congratulations to Noah for just having a great time with friends. And thank you all so much for listening. You guys are true winners, each and every single one of you. Hope you are enjoying your Monday, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And we will see you next time on Noodles at Noon.
Noodlespodcast.com.
FabulousWildMen.com.
Yes, thank you.